Welcome everybody to Live and Wired episode 26. I am now cataloging these so that I know which episode we are on. So yeah, this is the portion of the show for SLC Punkcast. My name is Eric, and I like to talk about shows that I have attended, and I like to tell you about shows that are coming up. And that's what we do in this segment of SLC Punkcast. Unfortunately, I don't have any Tales from the Pit. Sorry, I did not attend any shows in the last week. There was one that was going on at my house at the Poser Palace. It was a wrestling show, courtesy of the Luchador Project. And we had some bands, I can't remember the name of some bands. Well, I think After Shock was one of them, or After Effect or something. I can't remember. I can't remember the names of the bands that played. I just helped them set up for the most part. And yeah, the Luchador Project was doing their act in between sets and even during the sets. So I've been told, because I wasn't there. I saw the videos that happened. But I was elsewhere that night. I was kind of showed out. I just wanted to spend some time with some friends of mine at a pool party, and I went and did that. It was awesome. It was awesome. I just needed to relax. I needed to be very stress-free. But don't worry, there are some shows coming up that I will be talking about in just the next week. And just starting on the 11th, oh boy, there's a lot going on the 11th, one of which is going to be at my house. I'll tell you in a minute. But to start off, July 11th, Still Fighting God, Day Crash, and Knuckles will be playing the Beehive. That is $12 for entry, starts at 7 p.m. And then down the street, Clover's Curfew, Fig, Pirates of the Promised Land, and Captain Daniels are going to be playing over at Aces High. That is a $15 show, and it will start at 7:30 p.m. And then over up north in Ogden at Black Lung Society, Despiona, Primal Aggression, Under Society, and Your Last Breath will be playing. That is going to be $12, and it starts at 7 p.m. And now for one of the two festivals I'm going to be talking about this episode. First, on July 11th and July 12th is the Summer Shakeup, which is kind of Nikki's birthday show, but she's not going to be there. It's a whole thing. Needn't get into it, but it is our 1-year anniversary show. Our being Poser Palace. We started this gig. Yeah, we started this whole thing over a year ago, and it's just awesome that it's been going that long. I say over a year. I mean exactly a year ago. It's awesome that it's been going this long. We've had a lot of great bands coming through there, and a lot of great local bands that have played shows there, and we've done a lot of birthday shows, which is crazy. That was kind of our usual shtick, I guess. And we're celebrating 10 years of that. And it's going to take 2 days. So on the 11th, the bands Del Lago, Low Cash Ninjas, Just for the Record, Outlaw Stiffs, Storm Harbor Point, Adam and the Cracker Jacks, and Finger Blasters are all going to be playing. And then on night 2, Wicked Temple, Molotovin, Murphy and the Giant, and Satan himself will be playing. And that's going to be $10 to come. It's going to be starting at 5 p.m. And yeah, don't be an asshole when you come over here. And then on the 12th, Suicide Cages, D-Horn, Never Endeavor will be playing at Aces High Saloon. That is going to be $15. It starts at 8 p.m. So if you feel like you've not had enough showtime, then head up that way. To check out. Head on up to Aces after our party, after our new 1-year celebration, to check out that awesome metal show. Or if you got something better to do, then what else is going on but the Chop Shop Satanic Panic Saturday. That will include The Adjusters, Beast in the Sun, Ad Nauseum, Outlaw Stiffs, and Gold Dust Chains. That will be at the Chop Shop on 310 East Center Street, Suite C. And it's going to be $5. $5 show. Pretty damn awesome. And it starts at 6 p.m. Then on the 13th, there is going to be a benefit show for Arturo Gamboa, who was wrongly accused and arrested for pulling a gun out at a protest with the intention to kill. He had a gun, but his finger was off the trigger, barrel was pointed down. Why he is in this predicament is because of some reactionary fucking peace officers who just saw a gun and they just had to yell, "Oh, fuck! We got a shooter!" We don't. You're the shooters, you dumb shits. Whatever. Anyway, that show is going to be featuring Uncross, Fight the Future, Red Pete, and Shere Khan. That's going to be at Aces High. It is a suggested donation of $10. Bring what you can, whatever you can to donate. That will be awesome. All these funds are going to go to Arturo to help with expenses for his... to help with legal expenses, pretty much. And it's going to be starting at 7:30 p.m. And also on the 13th, I will be playing a show over at Liquid Joe's. Apathetic's going to be playing with Hi-Fi Murder, Pirates of the Promised Land, MPNK, and the Slights. Or the Slates. I don't know. I don't know how exactly you pronounce it, but I don't know. I've heard it both ways. Once again, that's at Liquid Joe's. It's at 5 p.m. I don't know the price of that. I know when I'm supposed to load in and when Apathetics will be playing. We'll be playing first, by the way. I don't know what the price is, so just show up there. Most likely it will be like a $5 show. That's what I'm guessing. But if not, then well, just come and watch us anyway. Or even better, go to that benefit show that was aforementioned. I'm going to try and mosey my way over there after we play our set. I'm sorry, guys. I love you, but Arturo needs me. Then July 14th, Terror Cell Unit, Bloodstained Concrete, Garg, Mindlock, Total Serial, and Diary Despise will be playing at The Cellar. That is a $10 / pay what you can, starting at 6 p.m. Then on the 18th, Midwest Lust, Ursula, Pain Chain, Shere Khan, and Ribbons will be playing at the aforementioned Cellar. And that's going to be $15, starts at 6 p.m. And then also starting on the 18th and going until the 20th will be Prickfest 2025. That is the festival that was set up by Chris Schmid, who runs a podcast called Prickaganda, and he's been doing that for ever since the 2000s. But he stopped doing it for a while, then picked it back up again when he moved to Salt Lake. And basically, it's a podcast that interviews, well, not even really interviews in the traditional sense. All these bands, local and otherwise, just about what music they really like. Yeah, they just talk, they shoot the shit, they talk about what got them into music, what songs, what bands, and then he plays he plays a song from literally every band that is mentioned. So he did this with a lot of bands, and now he just threw this whole festival together, and it's pretty fucking awesome. And I will be playing it. Apathetics are actually going to be playing night 1 alongside Folk Hogan, Hi-Fi Murder, Cudney, Cargo Cult, Captain Daniels, Don't Trust Anybody, Frick, Molotovin, and Drollbox. And DJ Prick is going to be an intermission in between, in the very middle, so that the first half of bands can load out their gear and make room for the second half of bands to come in. That's going to be the whole load-in thing. I guess you really didn't need to know that, but that's what's going to happen. Then night 2 on the 19th, Pine Walker, A Traitor's Last Breath, Al Ghul, Death Blow, Jesus Rides a Rickshaw, Stormhaven, Disengage, Damn Dirty Vultures, Voidsmen, and The Adjusters, along with the Lucha Project, who will be doing a bit of a routine at some point during the show. Again, probably right in the middle. I'm excited about that. And then on the 20th, Acid Hologram, Dethrone the Sovereign, Arsenic Addiction, Become the Void, Morbid Tabernacle Fire, Wicked Temple, Among Wolves, Trigon, Distant Lands, and Storm Harbor Point will all be playing. And a second act of the Lucha Project will be making its way in on that day. So that whole thing is going to be taking place at Ace's High Saloon. It'll be $20 per day or $5 off if you donate an old instrument. That's pretty cool. And the doors will be starting at 2 p.m. so you can partake in other festivities with the vendors and all the food that's going to be there. And the music will officially be starting at 4 p.m. That's going to be a hell of a time. But what's also happening alongside that, there is still some good stuff. There is on July 19th, a benefit for Ruidos Fest. That will include the Never Don'ts, Sandpaper Bear Trap, SAD, Pure Stink, and the Squirts. I think that's where that Pure Stink is coming from. Whoever squirted. Anyway, that's going to be at Oliver Rock. They're asking for an at least $8 to $10 donation, and it starts at 6 p.m. And then on the 20th, Cudney, Still Fighting God, Screwed, and Frick will all be playing together at Kilby Court. That is a pretty damn good lineup. A succinct but solid one. All three of those bands kick ass. And it is $10 if you pay in advance, $12 if you pay at the door, and it starts at 6 p.m. So, yeah, that's a lot of shows happening just within the next eight days. It's going to be a busy week for me. So rest assured that while I may not have a tale from the pit this week, I will next week. I assure you. I'll have many tales, I'm sure. So guys, thank you for joining me this week. Once again, my name is Eric from SLC Punkcast. This was Live and Wired. I will turn it over to Dustin now so that he can tell you about all the other bands that are on tour and maybe coming to your neck of the woods. So until next week, I hope you guys stay safe at whatever shows that you are planning on attending. Take care now.
Thank you, Eric. And now we do our thing and go around the world. Don't have too much this week. Haven't really spent enough time going through the flyers. I apologize. Feel free to send them to me. Cut down on some of the work. Anyway, Haywire, as you can tell on this flyer, still on tour for the rest of this month. They wrap up August 2nd in their hometown for a skate park free show. But tonight on the 11th, on 7/11, they'll be in Kansas City, Missouri. They just did Little Rock last night. They'll be Des Moines on the 12th, Sioux Falls on the 13th, Rapid City, South Dakota 14th, Fargo on the 16th, Minneapolis 17th, Milwaukee 18th, Chicago. They're working their way through the Midwest, Chicago 19, Detroit on the 20th. And, we're in the lower half of that third column. So make sure you go check out Haywire. If they're coming to your town, I promise you won't regret it. Now we see the Drowns. They are going to be playing in Vienna very soon, today. They also have Prolsdorf in Germany, Gierl in Belgium, Kassel in Germany, Freiburg, Germany, Karlsruhe in Germany. That's on the 16th. Dresden. Then they'll go to Czechia for Trutnov. And finally, Eggenthal. So go check them out. That's in Germany. They are in your area, mostly Germany, but a couple other surrounding areas. So go check them out. Next, Ray Gun Cowboys also there in Europe. Ray Gun Cowboys are in Hamburg tonight at Monkeys. And then they'll be in Bremen, Upplingen, Karlsruhe on the 14th. Then Leipzig 17th, Essen 18th, Berlin 19th, Stuttgart on the 24th. Looks like they're taking a few days, maybe just enjoying it. And then there'll be a couple shows elsewhere. 25th is in Vienna, 26th in Attnang, Puckman, Austria, Brumov, Czechia on the 27th. And then they'll be heading over to the UK. Looks like they're playing Rebellion, so they'll be in Lancaster and so forth. We'll keep talking more about that in coming episodes. Next up, Made of Ace, working their way over as well to mainland Europe. They'll be in France at a Maribou en Bougie on the 11th. They'll be Calalbo in Italy on the 12th. Then it looks like they take a little bit of a break, go back to Switzerland, Aarberg and Goms on the 24th, 25th, and on the 26th, Selters in Germany for Sipogo Fest. And they'll also be doing Rebellion. So go check out Made of Ace. Then we just played on the latest episode of SLC Punkcast. Scunthorpe Yobs, new album just came out. Them, Oil, Randoms, they have band members in all of those. Cool new band, Aggressive Manners, playing on this bill. And Grata as well. It's a Friday, July 11th today. All ages show. It's $12 pre-sale, $15 at the door. So go check that out at Cafe Colonial. I think that is in Sacramento. So go check that out. And then a Saturday the 12th show. I can't read it on the flyer. Fuck, the font is just in the colors and maybe the lighting in this room. But I'm sure it's somewhere in Northern California. It also features the Randoms, Oil, Scunthorpe Yobs, Scraps, and Punk. So go check that out on the 12th. If it's in your area and you'll know, go to oil_boots on Instagram, or you can go check out any of the other bands. Next weekend, a festival over in Brooklyn, New York. It's on the streets again. Friday the 18th, starts at 2. You get Giuda headlining, Homefront, Long Knife, Lost Legion, Liberty and Justice, Pena Maxima, Broken Cuffs, Intimidation, War Lovers, and Vile Enemy. It's $60 in advance, $80 at the doors. The weekend pass is actually $100. There's limited to 300. I don't know if those have already sold out, but you can go, I'm sure, on the streets again and find out, or Authentic Productions NYC on Instagram and get more details on it there. There will be no weekend passes at the doors. You can see on the flyer, it's at the Brooklyn Monarch, so go check that out. On Saturday the 19th, starting at 1, you get Annihilation Time, Crux, Claim Choice, No Time, Bog People, Fuerza Bruta, Concrete Elite, No Guard, and XL Bully. Stacked, loaded lineup. Go check that out. Bolvolution, rather. This festival will be tomorrow, the 12th. And this is in California. It looks like Camarillo, California, at Harley's Camarillo Bowling Alley. You get to see the bands, The Disappointments, Stagger and Fall, The Afraid, Toledo Panic, all great bands there. Bands start at 12:30 p.m., and it's a free all-ages show. So get the all-ages out there and go check that out. Love matinees. Support the matinees. Our pals in Easy Company next weekend on the 19th will be at Fred Zeppelin's. They'll be playing with, I remember reading this one last week. PXUXSXKXA. So Puska, maybe. You can check them out. Hashmaker is, I think, the one on the left. It looks like a spider or butterfly or some shit like that. And then Rule of Nines is the other band. So go check them out. Looks like £10 to get in. Next, we got Mike McColgan and the Bomb Squad doing a show on Saturday the 19th at the Middle East. That's in, I think, eastern Boston. Not Boston, Massachusetts. I think it's somewhere in Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken. But they'll be playing. They'll be obviously doing the Do or Die in its entirety. Features Rick Barton on guitar. That's cool. The Take, Bad Terms, Nick and the Adversaries will all be supporting. It's $30. Go to mideastoffers.com for the tickets. Then you got live punk rock Saturday, July. I about said November. I don't know where that came from. July 12th, you get to see our pals, Beggar Belief. This is in Greece. 5-minute walk from Punta Antiparos Port. Bus stop starts at 6. It's free entrance, and you can also see, besides the Beggar Belief, Paroskite and Anapano. So, yeah, go check all of that out. Love Beggar Belief. Next show is July 13th, so that will be Sunday. You can go see Youth Brigade with Left Alone and Bullshit Detector at Club Car Bar in Templeton. That should be California. I'm not familiar with Templeton, but there you go. At the bottom of the flyer, you can see it's 7 p.m., all ages, and go to numbskullshows.com. There you go. And get more details there. Love all those bands. Next, Claim Choice are here in the States. They've already done a few of their West Coast shows. Tonight, they'll be in Portland. Tomorrow in Seattle, both with Bomber. And then they'll go east with Sweet Talker on the 14th. They'll be in Detroit. 15 in Pittsburgh. Buffalo on the 16th, 17th. Albany. Wallingford, Connecticut on the 18th. And finally, they'll be wrapping up at On the Streets Fest on the 19th in New York. So go check out Claim Choice. They are fantastic. Here's one of the flyers for the Claim Choice show on the 15th with No Time. This must be the one in Pittsburgh. No Time, Drastic Action, The Brood, and obviously Sweet Talker. It's $15 to get in at Rock Room there. That's all I've got for you this week. I hope you get the chance to go check out some really cool shows. And we'll catch you next week on Live and Wired.